welcome to another edition of Fan Talk. I'm delighted to be joined here by Iain Hamilton, who just watched Derek Chisora and Alexander Usyk. Now, Alexander Usyk winning a unanimous points victory over Derek Chisora, 117-112 on one of the scorecards, and 115-113 on the other two. Now, how did you see the fight, and did you agree with which scorecard did you kind of agree with more?
I kind of agreed more with the 115-130. I was a bit more surprised at the first scorecard. I thought that was a bit disrespectful to Derek, but I could see why maybe that judge went with it. But I was more in line with the two other scorecards. I was actually surprised Chisora lasted that long. I thought Usyk looked like he was about to finish him, and then he just suddenly summoned some extra spirit or something.
Yeah, it seemed like Chisora got a second win in the later rounds, because in the mid rounds it seemed that Usyk was starting to land a lot and he was punching with a bit more authority, and it felt like that the end was near. But then Del Boy just kind of picked it up again, and he was landing on Usyk. I mean, it wasn't a case of, he missed a lot, but he did land some punches as well at the same time. And do you think that they had an effect on Usyk at all?
We could say that, but he didn't look like he was ever serious. I never got that feeling. He was never wincing or he was never breathing hard. And I was watching it and I was just thinking he's getting him, but I'm not seeing Usyk hurt. I just didn't. I don't know how much he was hurting him, but he perhaps was hurting him, but not to the level of which Usyk was hurting Chisora. Chisora looked like he was there for the taking at times. Yeah,
I think he was visibly fatigued pretty early on. I think after the first 3-4 rounds, I started to notice that Chisora was quite fatigued. But he fought through it, man, and that is a testament to his fitness and how hard he was training for this fight, for sure. There were sometimes where he was stopped in his tracks a couple of times from Usyk's punches. Very accurate, not necessarily a hard puncher at heavyweight. Wasn't even really a hard puncher at cruiserweight. But how do you see Alexander Usyk's heavyweight journey going?
Good question. If you'd asked me a year ago, I would have actually had him troubling some of the guys. I think against the likes of a Povetkin and a White, I think he would make mincemeat of them. But against watching AJ, every time they went to AJ, I'm thinking if AJ was fighting him, I would actually now slightly fancy AJ more because he's bigger and more stronger and he's got more of a reach. But not saying I wouldn't rule Usyk out against anybody, but I just would fancy AJ a bit more. But hey, I've always said that I've always thought Usyk could school Wilder unless Wilder caught him, because we all know what Wilder's all about. He just wants to land the punch, and Fury schooled him. Fury, maybe I'd give him a bigger chance just because he's huge. But skills, but as the saying goes, skills pay the bills.
Yeah.
Or as Mayweather may have said that.
It's going to be a very interesting journey, I think, a heavyweight for Usyk, because he's going to be going up, but all these guys are going to be a lot bigger than him. So we're going to see those skills come into play. And I think the real intriguing fight, I think he definitely was tested tonight. But really, against the Giants, when he fights these guys, because not only are they big, they're athletic as well. They're strong, they're powerful, they're quick as well. Like AJ and Fury, these guys are quick as well. They have hand speed, power, everything. So, yeah, and Usyk's, for as great as skilled as he is, he's not the most elusive guy. He got caught a few times from Chisora tonight. And Chisora was winging a lot of times as well. So it's going to be interesting. I'm really interested. But to be fair to Usyk, his chin held up. His chin did hold up against Chisora, who does carry power at heavyweight. So let's just see how it goes.
Yeah, absolutely. Just one thing. Have you seen Wilder's what he said?
Yeah, let's get your thoughts on that before we go quickly. What do you think about that?
I've tried to stop guessing what that man thinks 2 years ago. He's mad. He is mad. He's crazy. He's like, what?
I really need to just see a video interview from Wilder, man. I know he did release the video, video footage tonight, but I just want to see just to sit down and to actually want to know what he's thinking, man. Like, where's he going to go with this? Like, is he taking this to the commissions? What's he going to do?
He's been quiet for months, barely says anything, and then he comes out with this. It's like, who is Shelley Finkel telling him to say this, or is he being forced to? I gave up on reading this man a while ago because I can't decipher what he's thinking. It would take the greatest psychological person to get into that man's mind. The guy's crazy.
Yeah. Well, listen, Iain, man, it's great to have you on, and yeah,
Great
been
to,
following for quite a long time, so it's good to finally talk to you. And
I've been on the journey with you for all this time, mate.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, no, I appreciate that, man. And the journey's only beginning, so let's just get into it, man. But listen, thank you for joining, and definitely have to get you on the next fan talk. I do.
I will make sure I'm here, pal.
Thank you, man. Take care, man.